Okay, here it is. Welcome to the last one who just got here, and I'm just going to start with a short presentation. This is a summary. I'm not going to read all that, but basically, I'm going to talk about why we're here today, and then what's the new creative journal method, and what's the training, and then we're going to have a period for questions. So why we're here today, it's really a chance to get to know me. If you're going to do the training, it's nice to see who's doing most of it and to know the Center for the New Creative Journal, an opportunity to ask questions, and also going beyond the information that's provided in the documents. If we don't answer your questions today, you can always write to us, and then there's going to be a replay as well. So that's really why we're here. This is me with longer hair. Who I am. Um, I'm an avid journaler. I've been writing in a journal since 1976. So that doesn't make me look so young, but I was 13. And I started to draw. I added drawing in my journal in 1990, so 14 years after. It was a conventional journal until then. And when I started drawing in my journal, I was so impressed by what it did to me and to my process. It was like I was bypassing all the repetitions and going in circles and stuff. So I went to study in art therapy because the author of the book I had used, it was Lucia Capacchione, who was an art therapist. So I was living in Vancouver at the time, and I went to I seek the training, and I did it in 1992 to 1994. My first training was in social work, and I worked mainly with groups of handicapped people and immigrants and refugees for about 10 years, changing a lot and traveling a little bit. And so when I studied art therapy, I was really excited, and I did a lot of art therapy for a few years. I didn't do a lot, but I did a few groups. I had a few clients, but it didn't really fit with me totally. Like I wasn't so comfortable in the therapeutic setting. And in 98, I did the morning pages from Julia Cameron for 12 weeks. And that really blew my mind how writing can also be powerful as like I thought art was more powerful than writing. And then I realized that no, they're both powerful. It's just that it's complementary, it's different. So I started to mix that in my own journaling practice. It became more and more like it morphed into something more combined, like I was combining collage, drawing, writing, and then going back and forth. And I really loved it. And I started sharing it and giving workshops right then in 98. And and then I did a lot of research because at first I was really relying on Lucia Capacchione's work and on my art therapy training. But then I started to look for creative writers, creativity theories. I was really influenced by a woman who run with the wolves, Clarissa Pinkola Estes, like the way she works with creativity. And that became the new creative journal. And then there was nothing in French. I was working, came back here in Quebec in 94. There was nothing in French that looked like that. And the books from France, they weren't so that it was different. So I was very influenced by books and authors from the States mainly. And so I started to think, oh, I have to write something in French to go with my workshops. And as soon as the book came out, the first one in 2002, people came to me and wanted a training. So that's how it started. And then it grew and grew. And because I was explaining to people, what is this technique? What is it for? How do you mix it with this? Like I had to really think about it. And my book, I sort of outgrew my book really quickly. And I did it again in 2010 and then in 2020. And with each book, like the basic book, which has been translated into English, in each book, I was able to explain better and I added techniques. So it's really alive to me, this method. But I call it the new creative journal because it's really a new blend of technique and it keeps expanding. And I started to go and teach, do the training in Europe in 2008, and there it's just like it's working really well in the French-speaking countries. So I went there every year until 2020, and then it became an online program. So now so that's kind of sad to not do it in person anymore, but at the same time, it's allowed me to make it an international program. And in one of the groups recently, we had people from 11 countries. So that's like really, I was really impressed. Like there's no distance anymore. So that's what the program is. I'll tell you a little more about that. But now I have like we're 5 people full time, like Jean-François and Maxime and me. There's 3 of them and 2 more, and then there are maybe 10 teaching assistants, and Hélène and Julia will be part of that soon. So the training program is the main project here at the school, and then online workshops for everyone and some in-person activities, but not that many. Basically, when I go to Europe, I do some workshops, and then here it's maybe once or twice a year. So that's the center and me. Now, what's the method? That's the way I present it when I don't want to spend more than 3-4 minutes on it because it can take a lot of time. So it's a personal journal with creativity tools in it. So it's the same as a conventional journal for the goals. It's really a self-care tool, I would say, for personal development. But then we have creativity tools, and it makes it a really stimulating tool for creativity and for stimulating life's energy. To me, it's the same, life's energy and creative energy. It's a solo practice. So it's not art therapy, although it's based on art therapy. It's not a therapeutic setting. People are working in their journal, and you can use it in a very light way. You don't have to dive deep in it, but you can. So it's really different also because it's in a journal. In art therapy, we're working on bigger sheets of paper and with clay and stuff. So it's very different, and that's part of the training to explain the difference in details because there can be confusion there. And it's not either an artist's journal because I'm interested in the process on connecting with myself more than what the page is going to look like. We can get ideas from artist journal. It's really fun and everything. But then I always focus on how I feel more than what it looks like. So it's different. Some people do a lot of artistic pages and some do a lot of writing. And there are about 80 techniques in my book, or 70-ish techniques. So people pick and choose, and according to their preferences, they'll use more writing or more drawing or a lot of collage or mixed media and all of that. It's a creative tool because we have 3 languages. Like in a conventional journal, usually there's only writing. Lucia Capacchione, she talked about drawing and writing. She used collage just a little bit on the side. That's how I was doing it at the beginning. But then I started to see that collage was really a different language. So I talk about 3 languages and then a lot of creative techniques, right brain kind of techniques. And there's also a playful aspect, like we can play really in the journal. That's really close to, you don't see that a lot in conventional journal or in art therapy, for instance. Especially when you do it in groups, you can really give images to the neighbor and play with it and do fun techniques. Exploring the art materials too can be part of it. So as I said, it's a new blend of technique, and I'll stop there if I don't want to spend too much time. That's the training in a nutshell. It's an overview. It's 200 hours spread over 12 months, and it's part-time. Next group will start in March, and everything is nothing is in person. So we can have 11 countries. And there's a certificate at the end. It's separated in 2 modules. The first one is really, I often say it's like taking a yoga training. You want to teach yoga, you have to do the postures yourself to feel it before you teach people to do it. So it's kind of the same. The first module, it's for yourself. You have to practice the techniques, learn where it's coming from and how it works and what we can do with it and all the techniques, and we have to try them in different ways. So the first 4 or 5 months, it's just for you to try and to practice and to see all the different things we can do in our journal. And then in the second part, it's really how to build a good workshop, how to support people if you're a coach or a therapist, how to bring that into your work, and then the ethics and how to adapt the tool to different clienteles if you're with kids, if you're with adults with whatever kind of problems, what can you do? And then in the second part, there's also a very practical time where we do mini workshops. Like each student will do a 30-minute facilitation, like a mini workshop for the other students in a small group. And then we change, and it's kind of the best day of the program. It's like going to the Chinese buffet. You just try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and each person is practicing and then gets feedbacks. And then there's a supervised practicum. It's 15 hours, and you have a supervisor, and then it's self-organized. It's really flexible, so you can do it at work, you can do it at home, you can do it in a group. And then the last weekend, they're like closing activities. It's about the last weekend. What it is in practice, there are 18 Zoom sessions, 3 hours each. And we tried to cover like nine hours in time zones. So that's why we couldn't do more than 3 hours in a day. But I find it very organic. For me, when I teach, a 3 hour session is really easy. When I do 6 hours in a day, it's more tiring. So I think it's more digest or something like that. 18 Zoom sessions, about 10 videos to watch in between the sessions. That's a theory. Like the theory, the big chunks of theory, it's all recorded. So you can watch them as many times as you want during the session, during the training, the 1 year. So it stays online. So I like it that way because if you don't remember something 6 months after, you can go back and watch the video again. There are like 10 to 30, 40 minutes videos. They're not too long. And then you have exercises to do, and then we get together and ask questions and practice. And then there's a bit of theory during the Zoom sessions, but not that much. It's really experiential. So we practice exercises and then share and then practice more. There's also what we call an online course. Everything's online, but that's the old name and it's same. There are like 10 lessons that there's nothing there's nothing live. It's recorded. There are 5 exercises to do and some readings. And that's spread over for 10 sessions in 20 weeks. And that creates a rhythm during the first module. So we meet a lot at the beginning, then there's that period. And then it's module 2, where you have the mini workshops and the practical experience. The assignments are quite simple. It's not too intellectual. It's really practical. We look at what you did in your personal practice, if you had questions, if you blocked, if you have needs about that, and then we can follow you individually with that. There are 2 short papers to write, but they're like 2-3 pages long. It's not very long, and we give you a canvas and you can just answer the questions. There's the practicum report. It's a little longer, but it's like 5 pages. The canvas is 5 pages long. So, and it's just like, how did it go? Did you adapt your plan? Did you have problems? Do you have questions? So these papers they're really useful for us to follow you individually. And then there's a forum. So there's a platform a teaching platform where you can go to get all the material. I could show you actually after. And then you have to write periodically on the forum. In the 10 session course, you have to write and if you have questions and everything. So that's where we share. The teaching approach, it's really centered on experiential learning. That's what I said, shared reflection, videos, I said that. There are like monthly coffee breaks. So that's optional, but it's really supportive. Like if you're in during your practicum, for example, and you want to ask questions, you can go to the coffee break. And then we always journal a little bit during the coffee breaks too. So I talked about the practical work, the learning platform, and it's very supportive and caring. And we have training assistants. So I think it's, whoops, did I skip? Oh, yeah. Who the training is for professionals in the helping profession, psychologists, art therapists, social worker, coaches. We have a lot of coaches and social workers, many therapists. So that's like a tool in your toolbox, really. The people who work with group facilitation, like if you give art classes or whatever in community centers, recreation facilitators, it's we have a lot of people like that too. Teachers and educators. If you want to bring creative journaling in your class with kids, with teenagers, it works really well. So we have that. And then there's we have a lot of people too, like transitioning careers or preparing for retirement, and they want to do something creative, something fun, but not only fun. They want to do something meaningful. That's also fun. That can be used like you can like people can go and rent an old barn and go do creative journaling in nature, and then it's a lot of fun and it's creative, and at the same time it's about
Well,
connecting with
creative
yourself.
journaling.
So what did I hear?
Yes. Do you want to
Something.
hear the
I'll just,
no?
sorry, I had forgotten to deactivate the sound. Okay. So we have a lot of people in transition. And then anyone who wishes to integrate a new tool into their professional practice, offer clients a personal tool to use between sessions. It's very complementary to therapy. So a lot of therapists, they take the training and then they have this tool that they can offer their clients and bring more creativity into that's very general, into your activities. Then why take the certification program? Well, it gives you an official accreditation, a guarantee of credibility, and a seal of quality. It's a potential source of income. I wanted to say about that. It is a source of income if you use it after the training, because if some people they'll take the training but never use it for a reason or another. But if you use it, it is a source of income. So I always say that you can reimburse the training quite quickly if you use it. There's also, we're working at creating a network of certified, in French, we have that certified practitioners. And there are like spaces to share, like a Facebook group, and there's a forum too once you're certified. What you need before entering the program, you need basic knowledge of the new creative journal, but you get it by completing the online introduction course, which is not too expensive, and it's 5 lessons with lots of like, oh, I want everyone that takes the training to do that before, so we all have the same basis. I don't have to repeat the very basic stuff. So we start from there. If you have some experience in coaching or facilitation, it's really helpful. It's like someone who just has the training. I mean, we cover these topics, but really briefly, so it's helpful. And then a personal goal, but that can become clearer as we practice. I'm not going to read that. It's the admission process. You just have to read the program, complete the application, and then these are the other steps. Important dates. There's a $100 rebate if you sign up before the end of the year. The deadline for applying is mid-February, and then it starts at the beginning of March. And module 2 starts in the fall, and it ends in March 2027. So I think we're getting to the... Hélène and Julia are going to introduce themselves. I'm just going to close and then we'll have the questions. And if you want, I can show you the platform, the learning platform, the French one at the end. So, Hélène, do you want to start?
There we go.
Yes. Good.
All right. Um, yes, so well, my name is Hélène Brunet. I did the certification a few years ago, and honestly, it changed my life. So I met Anne Marie at a journal writing conference, and I attended her mini conference, and I was immediately blown away. Um, just like Anne Marie, I'd been a dedicated journal writer. But there was something that happened when I introduced collage and simple drawing that took me out of my head and brought the process more into my body. And it became more intuitive. I was more connected to my emotions. I did find at times with journal writing that I was going around in circles and kind of, going over the same information. But as soon as you start thinking in terms of colors, like what color might I need today, or you see an image and it just sparks something in you, the combination of the different languages is absolutely wonderful. So I fell in love with the method. Then I wanted to do this certification, which I also loved because you're in a group of like-minded people. And when you're in a community like that and you're doing a lot of sharing, because we would discuss different invitations and so on, it creates a very rich environment. And that sharing is something that you take with you and other people take with them. And just very briefly, so since I've done that, I've been offering new creative journaling workshops at some local libraries and sometimes online. And the validation and the feedback that I get from working with people using these methods well, it's so validating. When people start to see the process and how it um, leads to introspection, how creativity sparks, gives them energy in their life. How using colors, like I keep saying, it's like going back to kindergarten. You got scissors and glue sticks and magazines, and it's just a really fun process that nonetheless leads to very deep exploration. So that's basically, in a nutshell, my experience. And I'm so happy to be part of this team. So thank you, Anne
Mm.
Marie.
Julia, we met in 2002, we said. We've known each other for a long time.
Well,
Yeah.
we met through the art therapy community. So hello. Let's see. Yes, I'm an art therapist. I did my training at Concordia University, and that's where I met Anne-Marie. And like her and like Hélène, I was a journaler, and I was doing mostly journaling, writing journals. And of course, I have an art background. I'm an artist. I do art on the side, and I never figured out on my own join the two. And it was when I met I we were at a conference together in 2002, and she was there with a table, and she was selling her first book, and it was like a revelation. It was like, oh my God, yes, I can bring the two together. And so then I went on this journey, um doing that, form personal development, in my and I because I'm bilingual, my father's French. I gratefully was able to participate in so many workshops that her school has offered over the years. And then, of course, other graduates of her French school also give all kinds of workshops. So I've been doing that alongside of my practice as an art therapist, but also as a psychotherapist. I've been working in mental health, with adults, very, very severe clientele, with victims of, childhood sexual abuse, etc. And so I use the journaling to just like help me just process sometimes what I was doing, the work that I was doing, just problem solving. And sometimes it was a lot of respite. It was fun, like Helen was saying, it's creativity is fun. Um, and I kind of got into a rut, and this is how the school helped me, is that my journal was beautiful. It was aesthetic. It was like the pages were just like you could frame them, people with, people who I'd share them with. And the school, like, well, I was curious because I wanted to look under the hood of this process. And so I wanted to understand, well, what's underpinning this? And the school, that whole theoretical part about like what is the theory? What is informing her? And you get that through the readings in the classes, in the online. And that satisfied that curiosity in me about where it was coming from. Um, and one of the things that had helped unblock me was that I stopped seeing my journal as this aesthetic process and really let go. And I went into this becoming this child in a way with my process. And I let go of the ego, of the constraints that my mind was telling me, like, and this free journaling going into you learn that through this practical aspect because you're invited to journal through the whole year. And it's at least like even she said, like, let's do it even if it's 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. It helps you. It helped me anyways get out of this aesthetic thing. And it also at the same time it helped me professionally because here I was, this art therapist, and I was bringing in, little art journal creative things in here and there, but learning how to put together a program, put together what they call in French a fil conducteur, like a flow line, like if you're going to put together a weekend of activities or even like a series like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, it really helps you or help me um like create the series. Like what do you do as your theme? What is the exercises to start with? What helps people go into a process? Helps them come out? How do you close the journal créatif or the creative journaling process? And it was just like, wow, it was I had been working for 30 years and it was just like this new tool that came to me and like helped my professional life as an art therapist, and I'm like really grateful for that. Um, it also helped like me look at the potential for different clientele, their needs. And Helen referred to it too, that throughout the training, there's a forum, and there in the forum, I found community. I found the other students and we shared our struggles and we shared like ideas and tools and like oh, how do you do this, or oracle cards, or and we even like we formed a Facebook page afterwards, and we still talk to each other, and the group actually met this spring, but unfortunately I couldn't go. But there is a sense of community. You're not alone, and that's like, it's an amazing thing. And I'm going to wrap up that at the end also, I have this bank of tools. I have this bank of exercises that I can just go to, and like it's just a lot. There's a lot. It's an extremely generous program. I can just testify to that too, that there's just like resources and the generosity of Anne-Marie in the course, but also in her feedback. If you have questions, she's there. So, and I just want to, it's a big commitment, but it's a gift. It's a gift you give to yourself, that you're you're growing as a human being, but you're also growing, in my case, as a professional also. So I really encourage you at one day, one time to try it and to come on board with us and take the journey with us.
So I'm really glad to have both of you here. And in the training, they're just going to be like, I need assistance with students and I need supervisors. So that's what they're going to do. And it's all going to be clearer as we start. So I don't know. Now we can start the questions, or I can show you, maybe I can do that now. I can show you the platform just by sharing my screen. And that will give you an idea what it looks like. So I'll do that.
It's really easy to use too. You don't have to be some technical guru to use it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Everything is there actually. So you just have to go in all the documents in here. So it's going to be in French. It's the French, obviously. So it's group 44, the group that's on, that's recent. So all the documents are there, and then the content of the course is there, and then you have a place where you can go and introduce yourself, and then questions for Anne-Marie, and then I get an email and I answer really quickly, and then all the stuff that you need for module 1, module 2 is there. And if I click, maybe I'll go to, in French we have subgroups. We're probably not going to have that in English. So all here you have the lessons. And if you click on a lesson, I don't want to show anything confidential, but I'll just show you what it looks like. You have lesson 1, and then you have the video, the exercises, and then at the bottom, there's a forum to discuss. And then the students can write there. And you can, yeah, that's basically what it looks like. And let's say, Module 1, you have all the documents in there and all the explanations, and the videos are all grouped at on the same topic. So you have all the videos. There it is.
I have a question because I'm French, but I'm interested to do it even if it's in English. But will it be possible to write the paper in French, or it will be better to do
Well,
it
you're
in English?
lucky because Hélène and Julia are both bilingual. I guess you could read a paper in French. We've done it with, like in Europe, there are two who speak English, one who speaks German. So we've accommodated people. So yes,
Okay, thank you.
the papers. It's just like, I think, but you seem to be speaking well, but when there's a lot of sharing in small groups when we meet, so if you're comfortable with that, you'll be okay.
It's okay, but just to maybe write a longer paper, I don't
Yeah.
know if it will be better in English and French, but if
And you
the
can do
possibility.
your field, the practicum in the language you want, and you can do your journal in the language you want. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Mare?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Greetings from Croatia on Central European time. So it's end of the day for me. I'm not sure if I spaced out or did you mention, is there like a payment plan? Is it?
Yeah, it's in the program, but then we can stretch it a bit more. Like we usually go to 8 installments. So I think in the program it's only 2, but you can split it in more parts. So yeah, 8 payments. So I don't know if Max or Jean-François could. Well, you can always write to us and say, can I stretch it a bit more? And we can.
Okay, and sorry if I missed it. What is the price for the full program?
I have to look. It's 3,000 something. It depends. There's a price in Canadian dollars and there's a price in US dollars.
Oh,
30,
gotcha.
I think, but it's in the program.
Thank you.
Maybe they'll look at. I haven't looked at it recently, so maybe we can write it in the chat. Jean-François or Max, If you can write the prices in the chat. Renise?
Yeah, we're going to link the program in the chat in a few
Okay,
seconds.
great. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm coming from Nova Scotia, so it is afternoon time for me. So just a little bit background there. I've learned from you from a friend. I was doing it while we were doing our masters together. Um, and I kind of in the process of possibly launching my own practice with my masters of social work. So this would be probably like a great tool to have to offer. Um, my question is more like I do work full time, like full hours and stuff like that, where I'm just kind of busy. And I was just wondering what is your honest like opinion on how this program can work while you work full time and you're kind of managing home life and stuff. Because this isn't what my main stop is. I don't want to be burnt out at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you have small kids on top of that?
I don't have small kids, but it's still busy. I feel like us social workers, I don't know if there's a lot of social workers in the room right now, but like we just tend to do everything and not stop, whether you have kids or not. And I'm one of those type of social workers. So I have extra things that I'm working on. And like I said, we're launching my business at the same time of working full time and stuff. So there's a lot going on, but I would love to be able to participate. I was just wondering like what that would look like.
Hélène or Julia, do you have an answer to that? Julia, you were working at the same time?
I was working full time, and I was also, unfortunately, my father passed away right at the beginning of the training, so I was in that. And so my personal life got like, and I would say that what I did was, especially during the process where we were doing the online courses, where there's some readings and we have to do some practice, I would like block my Sunday mornings, like from like 9 to 12. And it was like, that's my journal créatif or my creative journaling time. And I would just go and I would read and I'd do my thing. And I was able to manage that. And obviously I was journaling a lot because of my grief and for the course also, but it was doable. It really was. But I really was very dedicated with my time when I had good energy because I was, reading, integrating. Yeah.
And just for planning's sake, do you have like a layout of all the dates of what's needed when and stuff like that? Do you have that available like now so we
Yeah,
can?
it's in the program too. All the dates, like the Zoom
Okay.
meetings and
That's very
Okay.
well.
I would just like to add that there's a lot of flexibility also within the program. So it's not like you're getting something today and it has to be tomorrow. So you have an opportunity to organize this, as Julie was saying, to organize your work according to your schedule. So with the exception of a few online, you have to be there between 12 and 3 type of thing. Everything else is up to you to manage how you want to. And there have even been occasions where, life happens, and Anne-Marie certainly understands that. And so, things can be accommodated and can be worked out so that it works for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
thank you. Christina.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question. What happened if it's not possible to join an online live session because of working, or because I have sometimes work at night and sometimes on weekend? Um,
Well, for this group in particular, we're going to record all the sessions. So you're going to have a link, but it's not a training that you can do and just watching the replays the whole time, because there's a lot of sharing in small groups and that you can't see it when you watch a replay. You're not going to be able to see everything. I also send the instruction, like all the exercises we do during a meeting, I send the instructions, step-by-step instructions afterwards. So you can try to catch up that way, watch the video. There are also a lot of questions in the videos often, so you can watch that. You can do the exercises with the instructions. what you're going, but you're going to miss a part, like all the sharing in small groups. And some of the experimentations we can't really do alone because we do something, we go in a small group, we discuss, we come back, we do another part. So some of it you would miss. So there's a maximum, I think, of 6 meetings that you can miss. And if you miss more for X reason, you have to be supervised to catch up. So there's always a way to catch up, but there's a fee if you, but that it's 6 meetings is like a third of the meetings. It's a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank
I
you.
think it's 6. It's in the program too.
Oh, I haven't read it. I read the
It's quite
program, but
long, the details.
I didn't see this. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so you can miss a few and then catch up, but then don't plan on just watching replays, and it would be sad actually to miss all the meetings. Deborah, hi. Thank you, Christine.
Hi, thank you. Hi.
Hélène, well, you know each other, yeah.
So I did the 5 session course that you want as a prerequisite. Um, I don't remember when, but it was certainly before we locked down. I want to say it was probably a year or two after we met at the journal therapy conference. Is that current enough? I mean, you didn't
Yeah,
re
well, what we can do, what we do with people like you, we open the access for free. You can revise it. You can look at it, watch the videos again, and
Okay.
the same. It was like, so yeah, we can do that. You just ask us, and then we open the class, the course to you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, because it happens a lot. People have done it like 5 years ago and they don't remember, or they haven't done everything. They've skipped a lesson or whatever. You can revise it, you know?
I did it all, and honestly, I have incorporated some of those techniques into my own teaching. The soothing your writing is for my
Yeah.
brain injury patients, it is an all-time favorite. So, but I just wanted to double
Wow.
check that I'm going to be current. So, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Someone else?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't find
Daniel.
the raise your hand button. I just have a question that, regarding is there an internship that we need to do as part of the training, or meaning that we're gonna practice or try what we
Yeah, there's a 15-hour, like you have to try to pass it on, okay, I learned all of that, now how I'm gonna build a workshop. And so it's 15 hours and it's
Okay.
organized by the students and it's supervised. It would be supervised by Julia or even.
Okay, all right. So it's not in an external institution or something
No, you
no. Okay.
decide to approach a hospital or a mental health center or whatever, a women's center. You can approach a place like that and do it there. But you can also do it if your friend has a barn, as I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I prefer to do it afterwards, but okay, it's good. Okay, thank you.
And some people did it with individuals.
Yeah.
Only, like, not, you don't have to do a group, and your group size can be like 4 people, or it doesn't have to be 8 or 10, like you can, depending on where you do it. And I believe some people did their practicum online also.
Yeah.
As you
More
can
and
do it
more,
in person or yeah.
Or sometimes a student tries to organize something and she doesn't have enough people. And then I'll just send a message, who wants to go to Damien's practicum? And then we try to help to get the people to go to your events. So, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Someone else? Wow, we're pretty good. 50 minutes.
There's a question in the chat, Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
We're planning to make an e-learning version of your technique. Can we reuse your PDF exercises verbatim?
I'm not sure I understand well. E-learning version of your technique.
So that would.
I mean, when during the training, when I send the.
Hello.
questions afterwards. Oh, hi, Justine.
Hi, it's Justina here. This is a question because I'm here with my husband and we are in the transition at the moment. And I'm an artist, and what I'm doing is creative workshops, waking up creativity. And I love your techniques. I love your program. And the question, my husband is into computers and he asked it very, very technically, but it's not that. What he wanted to ask is, if I do my workshops, can I use your exercises like you have ready PDFs and stuff like this to incorporate them already
The ones
into
that
exercises?
are in my books. The ones that
In the books, yes, I have your books as well, and
you can use the books for inspiration, and you can use some of the exercises that are in the books, but you can't do a PDF of the entire book.
no, what I mean, if I join that program, your certificate now, and
Yeah.
being certified by you after using
Yeah.
the materials, like to help me to build my workshop.
Yeah. I give a lot of examples of workshops that are already built that worked well, and then different things that you can use. You can't use the materials from the training and copy it and do it.
Yeah.
But
I understand that.
You can use a lot of this stuff. I don't know if you have another answer to that, Julia. You have to be careful with
Whenever I use like something from your book, I always credit it and say this is
definitely.
directly from, and I bring the book,
Definitely,
or I
yes.
put it in also on the sheet that this is not me, this is not my, there's a copyright on this, and that it's from
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not even thinking of doing that.
And you add around to it, you naturally, you riff
it's an
off of it.
inspiration, and then the workshop is built on the basis.
Yeah,
I use a lot the work of other people a lot, and I always credit them, and then
I do the same. Yes,
we don't invent much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's just fair to do that because somebody thought about something and it's wonderful. It's great to share, but giving credit, to me, it's natural.
I want the tool to spread. That's why I try to do it in other languages. Well, I did two groups in Mexico too. So they were small groups, but it makes me really happy to see it spreading over there in Spanish. So that's why I've been wanting to do it in English for a long time, because it feels like
I was actually looking forward I was looking for the version in English because I live in France, but my French is still a little bit wobbly. So I'm so happy that you're doing it in English. Really, really happy.
I think Hélène wanted to say something too about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that so the information that you're getting through the training is a springboard, and then for you to adapt it in different ways. Every now and then you might use a specific exercise, and as Julia said, then I always refer to Anne-Marie as the person who developed the method. And as Anne-Marie said, there are nearly 80 techniques. So it's very easy to adapt it to your needs, to what you want to communicate, to what you want to teach. So you won't need to do anything verbatim. You'll see that it will start to develop and evolve in your own way, in your own flavor.
It's infinite, actually, because you can combine the techniques in so many different ways, and then each person is creative because we're alive, and then they mix it with different things. Like if you're a yoga teacher, you can do yoga in journal. If you're a therapist, you go therapy in journaling. So there's like so many ways, and I've seen so many interesting combinations over time.
Yeah, I'm doing it at the moment with myself, so exactly that. It's being used in creative ways.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Thank you. That explains a lot. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
I saw the program and the live sessions, and the hours, is that Canadian time?
I think it's in the it says I think it's New York City time, so it's
okay.
it's here.
Yeah.
It's 12
Okay.
here because I wanted people from California to be able to join. So it would be 9 in the morning while it's 12 here, and then it's 6 in Europe. So
Yeah.
that
Okay.
covers like 9 hours. If someone's in China, then that would be really difficult. It would be the
Yeah.
night.
No, it's just
But
so I know if it is possible for me to participate.
where are
So
you?
that no one. Belgium.
Oh yeah, so it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in
Thank
the
you.
evening. It's in the evening for you.
It's in the evening. Yeah.
in the middle of the day here, and then
Okay. Thank you very much.
well, it works if it works with your schedule, obviously.
Yeah. Well.
Kenny?
Hey, Ian, again. It was also about the Zoom meeting because it's a 3 hour, so it's long and it's just a practical question. Is there some pause in the middle?
Yeah, there's a 10,
Yes, okay. Now, because I was
15-minute
thinking, wow,
pause.
3 hour, it's just
We can
really
stretch and go get a glass of water.
French.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of creating. There's a lot of journaling during the Zoom meeting. It doesn't feel like 3 hours, I think. Well, for me, yes, but for people who are like getting into an
Yeah.
exercise.
No, but just for stretching and go to, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
thank you.
And you can always like turn off your camera and stretch, and some people are in bed sometimes and then or they're sick and they turn off their, like, I like to have the cameras open because I want to see who's there and what they're doing, but if you need to, you can always turn off your camera and stretch. Julia?
It's also, it's not just like she was saying, a lot of blah blah, but there's also sometimes we get put into subgroups and we do little brainstorming in small groups or in dyads, triads, and then we come back. So it's true, the time flies. It's like, whoa, oh my God, what happened? It's so yeah. There's a variety. It's not dry. We're not just sitting there listening to
No.
Anne-Marie monologue.
No, not at all.
It's very dynamic process.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
fun too. It's really, yeah.
Thank you.
Please. Thank you.
Yes, it's me again. So I took a peek at the program, but my question would be like, obviously the timing for me won't work because it's during at work hours, but like, would you ever be open to like, I don't know, having an evening one for people elsewhere or something like that in Canada or something? Like, is this like, do you normally send out polls or something so you can kind of
I'm not expecting to have a lot of people. Like if I had lots of people and then I could have a little subgroup, that would be easier.
Yeah.
Like I can't say yes, right, spontaneously. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
So if you say I can never be there because it's my working hours, I'd say, well, maybe wait, because for the French groups, it's often the weekends, and I wanted to try something during the work week. It works sometimes.
Okay. So the
And
French group is on the weekend.
weekends and Fridays.
See,
So
that would work
the
better.
next English group, like maybe I would say, well, maybe wait for the next English groups.
I am fully bilingual though. I can take the French. It's just that my work is English. So, like basically I just kind of train in English just because it's my whole life is English, but I am fully bilingual too. So technically I could go on the French one. But that's interesting. Okay, thank you.
You can look at the next French program is not out yet. It's going to be out this week, I think. So you can look at the schedule. It's basically Fridays and weekends.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And Julia and I did the program in French, and we work with it in English. So if you're bilingual, yeah, you won't have a problem with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? Someone who can't find a little hand who wants to ask a question?
Yeah, me again.
Okay,
Sorry.
then.
Yeah, just the last question for me. If because I understand it's quite a heavy program, so we need to ensure that we have enough time to do it and to allow time. And so it's not recommended if we have currently another training pending. It's better to wait maybe for the next session. Is that what you think or
Well,
would
it
you
depends
advise?
because
Or?
some people are very available. Even if they do 2 trainings at once, they can do it. Or some people are retired, they have lots of time. Some people have young children, it takes time. So it depends on the rest of your life. Some people are really busy, they have kids, they work, and then they have 2 trainings at the same time. And I'm wondering how they can do that. You know, some people it's a lot, they get stressed. So it depends.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
And then
if you don't have kids or aging parents
but
or
they
whatever,
grew up, they left.
it's
That's good.
easier. But then it
Yeah.
depends on your style too. Like Julia was saying, she was really dedicated, and some people are good at organizing their schedule and then they'll stick with it. But then if you're more like if it's more difficult and you get stressed out and you do many things at once, maybe it's better to wait.
Okay.
So I would say.
And I know you're going to send the program, but the course are also in July and August. Is that right?
No, there's nothing in the
No.
summer.
Okay, so it starts in
There's
March.
the online
Nothing.
class. That's like every
Yeah.
2 weeks. There's one lesson released, and in this program we decided to try to release the 5 first lessons first, and then you just use the time you have. If you have lots of time in the summer, you do everything in the summer, and then you know. So it's gonna be like in 2 shots instead of every 2 weeks. We're
And I just want
trying
to emphasize that with every lesson, you have enough time to organize your schedule. It's not like you need to have it done by Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'll have time to
Okay.
be able to organize it within your schedule.
And there are always several people who are behind, they're just like catching up later because, my dad died, whatever, I don't have time for 3 weeks. Then take your time and be with your family, and then you'll catch up later. It's not a problem. It's flexible. And then we'll check on you if you haven't posted anything for 3-4 weeks. Someone will write an email to you. Are you okay? Are you blocked? You need some advice or help, or so it's flexible, and then it's contained too at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
In my year, there was a lady who just gave birth, and she had a newborn, and she was doing it, and she finished with us. Yeah, yeah. And there was another one who was doing also another course at the same time, and she was managing it. So it really depends on the individual,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
but lots of flexibility.
Justina.
Just a question. Doing the program, is there kind of exam at the end, or the
No, there are
evaluation as
short papers to write, no exams and no grades. It's just like,
oh, great.
as long as you do all the papers and everything that you're supposed to do, you get the certificate at the end.
Okay, thank you.
No stress. It's like simple and flexible.
That was my husband's worry, if you have to pass the exam.
You can reassure him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Denise. So I guess we can end here if there are no more questions. You can write to us if a question comes up this evening, just write an email. We'll answer at the beginning of next week. Good. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Hélène and Julia. It's really nice to have you here. Max and Jean-François.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.